Let's get you more details of the Congress's Chintan Shivir. Congress MP Rahul Gandhi launched a scathing attack on the BJP and RSS on the last day of the Shivir in Udaipur, saying that they will fight the forces who spread hatred. He's targeted the government over inflation and unemployment, saying that unemployment rate is an all-time high and steps like demonetization and GST have broken the backbone of the economy. Speaking at the event, Congress interim chief Sonia Gandhi also hit out at the BJP and said the party is going to launch a national Kanyakumari to Kashmir Bharat Jodo Yatra from the 2nd of October, Gandhi Jayanti. BJP is hit back, saying that the grand old party should not be paying heed to its own failures, did not pay heed to its own failures in fact. Meanwhile, the Congress committee held a meeting to discuss and finalize resolutions submitted by the panel appointed. Some major decisions are likely to be included in the resolution submitted by the committee.
I also feel, and that has also been stated, that we must ensure the idea that one person per family should get a ticket. I know Venugopal has made a caveat to that, but I do think that it is very important that we limit the number of family members that are involved in our organization. Let them work, let them develop, and then let them join the organization. But we must not have a situation where 5 or 6 or 7 members of a family are in the organization. आज unemployment आज से ज्यादा कभी नहीं रहा है, और ये उनके आंकड़े हैं, हमारे आंकड़े नहीं है. क्यों? क्योंकि जो रीढ़ की हड्डी है, जो रोजगार पैदा करती है, उस रीढ़ की हड्डी को नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने, बीजेपी ने और उनकी विचारधारा ने तोड़ दिया है. नोटबंदी, जीएसटी ये लागू करके और पूरा का पूरा फायदा 2-3 बड़े उद्योगपतियों को देकर सरकार ने हिंदुस्तान के युवाओं के भविष्य को नष्ट कर दिया है. और आने वाले समय में आपको देखने को मिलेगा, देश का युवा रोजगार नहीं पा पाएगा. एक तरफ बेरोजगारी, दूसरी तरफ महंगाई.
The yatra is to strengthen the bonds of social harmony that under severe stress and to preserve the foundational values of our Constitution that are under assault. We will launch the National Kanyakumari to Kashmir Bharat Jodo Yatra beginning on Gandhi Jayanti this year.
मुझे तो लगा था कि कांग्रेस पार्टी के चिंतन शिविर से कुछ निकलेगा, लेकिन ये तो स्थिति इनकी है कि खुदा पहाड़ निकली चुहिया. अब पूरे चिंतन शिविर में कांग्रेस की अपनी नाकामियों की चिंता कम हुई, कांग्रेस की नकारात्मकता की चिंता कम हुई, कांग्रेस की इस बदहाली की चिंता कम हुई, और आज भी इसी घमंड में और इसी गुरूर में डूबे हुए हैं कि कांग्रेस इज कंट्री और कंट्री इज कांग्रेस.
Getting us more details on that story, in fact, she's joining us from Udaipur for what is really on the cards when it comes to the Congress party's own plan, the road to recovery. What does it look like, Mosmi? For me, the biggest takeaway, and it does appear to correct me if I'm wrong, is that there has been no rethink when it comes to the big issue on, the big question on leadership. That continues to be a blank page essentially, doesn't it?
See, clearly if you see the entire Chintan Shivir, Sneha, have happened without the real Chintan. The Chintan Shivir was quickly renamed as Nav Sankalp to in fact clearly indicate to the members that we are not going to do a post-mortem. We are going to talk about the future. But if the Congress does not address the issues that are plaguing the party, if you do not address why you have actually electorally failed to score a point and repeatedly failed, you're drawing a baggage of defeats and you're not addressing that it really defeats the purpose of why this Chintan Shivir. And that's one reason that if you see that the political committee talks about violence and hatred, it talks about China, it talks about Northeast, but it doesn't really talk about what is the political outcome of Congress's performance and how it has politically failed to in fact inspire and instill faith in the Aam Aadmi. So that perhaps was more because the big takeaway really is that the Chintan Shivir was in fact a way to relaunch Rahul Gandhi, perhaps show that you're rebooting the Congress party. Apart from Sonia Gandhi, it was only Rahul Gandhi who addressed the gathering, apart from the fact that the members of the panel addressed the media and the gathering. So Rahul Gandhi was the only leader, an MP who addressed the gathering, and this comes close on the heels of the elections that are happening. Yashomati ji is just right here. She is the leader from Maharashtra. Yashomati ji, what is the big takeaway from your Chintan Shivir?
भारत जोड़ आंदोलन मेरे समझ से यही सबसे बड़ी बात है, because everybody is in the center, is trying to break and divide, where we as congressmen are trying to say that that's not our culture, that's not our fabric. We are here born to unite people, we are here to spread love, and that is the fabric of the country.
The question that Sneha was also asking, what about the leadership issue, the fact that, you know, Rahul Gandhi, whether he's going to take up the baton, whether he's going to contest, that still remains a grey area. There are demands of making Priyanka Gandhi the president if Rahul is not.
See, I don't know why people outside the Congress are so much into what we are doing. See, here this was a Sankalp, Sankalp Shibir, and Sankalp for Sankalp se Shrishti tak. तो सृष्टि तक हमें जाना है, प्यार हमें बढ़ाना है, और people who are spreading hate, we want to go beyond that, because that is what India is.
Here you are, Sneha, you know, the congressmen and women are actually masters in evading the real question. That's what the Congress has been doing for so many years, past 8 years, and that's the reason why the Congress is where it is. But you know, the other big takeaway really was about the one family, one ticket, addressing the dynastic party allegations. That also had a rider to it. You had one man, one post that the party is talking about. So they are trying to regroup and send a message of a new Congress. But really, you know, the messaging will really lie in the implementation of things. Sonia Gandhi has made a task force. Yes, one thing was clear, that Sonia Gandhi will remain in action mode. She will participate in the yatra that is being planned from Gandhi Jayanti. She gave a speech and she was in her elements.
Yes,
it was an emotive speech, and Rahul Gandhi looked not so much in his elements in terms of the fact that he really skirted the main issues of the allegations of the electoral failure. So it remains to be seen that whether Congress can really regroup from here, Sneha.
Yes, Mosmi, the answers that we've got from the Congress workers there is just giving me a sense of deja vu. I feel nothing really has changed since 2014. Similar answers coming in. Why are outsiders so interested in what's really going on in the Congress party? The big question is the leadership issue in the Congress, and that continues to remain unaddressed.